for Claressa Shields. We all feel she's done enough to win the fight, but a heck of a test for her.
All the way to the end.
Being tested far more than she ever was.
There's a interesting debate going around, so I'm actually kind of glad that I waited until the morning to watch this fight. So right now it's June the 23rd, 2018, 7:50 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live. Last night in Flint, Michigan, Claressa Shields, best American female boxer in regards to publicity, and of course, 2 gold medals. But now I'm noticing that it's a narrative going around that maybe Christina Hammer can possibly beat Claressa Shields based off of just last night's performance. For one, Hanna Gabriels, the Costa Rican beauty, came to fight. She's 35 years old. She's married to Brian Vasquez. Remember him? He fought Ray Beltran and also Javier Fortuna. So she has a nice boxing foundation. As you saw in there tonight, that she was kind of tricky. It later on in the fight, midway to halfway through, especially the later on, she was more focused on defense, and the offense wasn't really there. If you don't know, Claressa Shields did get knocked down. A lot of people were wondering if it was a punch. You're seeing the uppercut, and it was kind of like a delayed reaction, almost like she was stunned. I guess you can say a flash knockdown. So if you want to see the full highlights, obviously go over to Twitter, as I said, to the Showtime Twitter, as I said, because they've been on my ass about how much content I can and cannot show. So we got to put this little goofy thing up on the screen. But the point I'm trying to make is this. It's safe to say right now that Claressa Shields is a pressure fighter, right? Pressure fighter, power puncher. She's not really known for like finesse, moving around the ring, jabbing you. So looking at Christina Hammer with not as much boxing experience in regards to amateur and fundamentals, it seems as though she's more overall. And I'm not just a guy who's seen just last night's fight. This is from a headbutt, by the way, that cut. I'm not just a guy who's seen just like last night's fights of these fighters. I've seen multiple Christina Hammer fights, even live. I've seen watching them live on a stream or something. I've seen and covered multiple Claressa Shields fights. In fact, all of them except the one that was on the Rock Nation pay-per-view, I believe it was. So, nonetheless, the point is, I do see that the Christina Hammer versus Claressa Shields fight, Claressa Shields fight is much closer than I thought it would have been a year ago, based off of how good of a jab Christina Hammer has, and if she's able to use that movement to get around the ring.
Decision. Judge Procopio scores the contest 97-92. Judge Ancona scores the contest 98-91. And Judge Hayes scores the contest 97-92. All for your winner by unanimous decision and new WBA and IBF female middleweight champion of the world, Claressa T-Rex Shields.
Well, there is your winner, Claressa Shields, and she had to dig down to earn
That's
this
the
victory.
women's.
Dropped for the first time in her career on a
The blue
dazzling
one.
uppercut by Hanna Gabriels in the very first round. She had to fight back. Gabriels had no quit in her whatsoever. Stayed on top of her from about the third round to the end. It was Shields that won most.
Claressa Shields has 3 belts. She has that WBC belt at 168 pounds. Now she's unified IBF and WBA at 160 pounds. Christina Hammer has the WBC and the WBO women's title. So when those two fight, they'll be fighting for all 4 titles to be the undisputed 160-pound women's champion. As I said in my previous video, we're going to talk about the women's division as a whole and what I feel that it needs. So in this case, the names you should know. Let's listen to her post-fight interview. She did really well.
For a knockout after that? Or how did that affect your thinking?
No, it didn't affect me at all. First of all, thank you everybody for coming. You've been great. And then
Costa Rican beauty.
it didn't change my mind at all. I kept working. She's very fast and she does have a lot of power. You know, I'm a smaller kid and I probably feel it more. But it was a great fight. I don't think the difference was that big, but you have to trust the judges in this game, and then I'll accept my loss with dignity, and I'll stay tall. I gave my all.
You've certainly fought like a champion. How would you rate Claressa Shields' power?
Oh, she's powerful. I think I probably landed more punches or the same, I don't know. But like I said, I'm not gonna make excuses. She's got the win today. I'm still a 154 champion, and you know, you have to stay tall. This is a fight between champions. For the fans, I don't think it went wrong at all.
It was an excellent fight, and we look forward to seeing you again. You are a true champion.
Thank you so much. Thank you for everybody.
Claressa Shields, the Durrell brothers here congratulating you. Hanna Gabriels congratulating you. You said to us before the fight, this was going to be your toughest fight. You sensed that. Now that you've been through the fight, describe the fight to us. Describe Hanna Gabriels as an opponent.
Well, for her to come up from 54, I see why she beat all the girls that's smaller than her. She's strong. She caught me with a shot in the first round, and that's when I knew. I said, okay, she just want to move and like I said, catch me off balance and then land a big shot. After she went with the big shot, I would think to myself, you still got it. Make sure you go out there, be smart. Use your jab, move your head, and tire her out. I seen in the 6th round, she started getting tired. I fought her some more. But you know, she had some heart, and she fought her ass off, and she showed that she was a champion. But overall, like I said, I'm the greatest woman of all time. I can get put on my ass, get back up, fight 10 rounds, and win.
I'm sure you knew how you would respond in adversity, but this was really the first fight in which you had adversity. In that first round, that knockdown pretty much came out of nowhere. Yet you won every round after that.
Every round.
How did you do that?
I'm telling you, my mind, I could tell you the whole fight, round by round. I could tell you what I got hit with, probably what the second was on the bell. I was like, either way it goes, tonight is my night. I'm going to make history. I got to show the world why I'm the greatest woman of all time. And like I said, I may have got put on my ass, but it wasn't over. She tried to get me up. She tried to get me out 2nd round and 3rd round. I won every round after the knockdown, and I showed who I am. I showed that. Now I'm really dangerous because they know they could knock me down, and I'm gonna get back up and I'm gonna fight harder. I'm in shape. I did what I was supposed to do.
The obvious question, the question everybody asks. She's here. She fought on this card. Is Christina Hammer
Call me
next?
in the ring now.
Right here behind.
Hammer out. Whoop your ass. Out. Whoop your ass.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Whoa!
Say-
Whoa!
You couldn't even handle Toy. You couldn't even handle Toy. What's she gonna do to me? I'll whoop your little ass. Right here. Right here. I'll whoop your ass right now. You too. I'll whoop your ass too. I'll whoop your ass too, big boy.
Yeah!
I'll whoop your ass right now. I'll whoop your ass right now. What's up?
All right, I think that speaks for itself, Barry. We'll go back to you.
All right, thanks very much. And a very nifty move, I might add, Steve, to get away from that scintillating right hook. And let me say this, as Raul Marquez joins me here, I think Steve is the greatest announcer of all time.
I was trying to go up there and protect Steve. You know, we're a team. It's my job to look out for both of you guys.
You were ready. I mean, a lot of emotion going on right now.
Yeah, that's what it is. I mean,
And you know, Christina Hammer, she's had a chance to kind of take a blow, and she already showered it clean.
Now, I admit, I knew the outcome of the fight. I didn't know all that shit went down. Why is nobody talking about this? So, I am very happy that Showtime decided to do this because Christina Hammer was supposed to fight on the undercard of Claressa Shields' last fight against Tori Nelson, but it wasn't going to be televised. So now they put them on this on the same card, obviously to sell them fighting each other in the future. So I'm guessing we're in June right now, October. What venue though? Where? You know? And how can they really, 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 really sell it? Because right now, if they really wanted to invest in women's boxing and they really want to get it off the ground, then you got to be consistent with it. For example, you had Heather Hardy versus Shelly Vincent a few years back, which was a big, monumental, fight that took place on NBC Sports, right? But we have to also talk about the 160-pound women's division as a whole. I don't think we're going to be seeing any more from Showtime, so we can get rid of that. Don't mind my stars. We're going through some maintenance around here on the channel. Oh, let's go look at this. This is a very controversial clip that somebody told me to be sure that I watched. And I watched this because I watched the fight. The fight is on YouTube. But look at this, and I want you to tell me what you think of it.
Christina Hammer, die alle Runden für sich entschieden hat. Ja, immer wieder hier zu dieser einen Hand, da kaut sie Christina Hammer mehrfach an den Kopf.
Watch again, this Christina Hammer right there.
Für Christina Hammer, die alle Runden für sich entschieden hat. Ja, immer wieder hier zu dieser einen Hand, da kaut sie Christina Hammer mehrfach an den Kopf. Die geht jetzt an den Boden und kommt ganz schwer nach oben. Was macht Küchler? Ich denke, da hat sie mit der einen Hand gehalten, mit der anderen hat sie zugeschlagen. Und da geht sie wieder runter. Und
long story short is, the narrative is that Christina Hammer was getting her ass whooped, so she tried to flop. She tried to flippy flop because she was getting her ass whooped. I'm not saying this. Go back and judge on your own. But I've seen some things, covering all these fights. But the question remains is, can she beat that's Ann Sophie Mathis, by the way. She fought Holly Holm twice in boxing. Hold on, there was something. It's a reason why. Oh, this is Brian Vasquez right here. Hanna Gabriels' husband. He's also from Costa Rica, as you can see. He just recently signed with Top Rank too. He fought Ray Beltran last year. They're talking about having a possible rematch. Also, Javier Fortuna. I thought that was Adrian Ganado. So I was like, what? This Angel. Here's Christina Hammer right here, 23-0. With 10 KOs, 5'11", 27 years old, born in Kazakhstan, based out of Germany. I've seen her fight on multiple cards before, undercards, I believe of like Arthur Abraham, but most notable names on her resume, obviously, Tori Nelson, who in 2 of her 3 fights fought on Showtime, right? No, wait, 2 back-to-back fights, and she's got another fight coming up in August. So she fought Claressa Shields and Christina Hammer in both losses, but both of them on Showtime. So going back to Christina Hammer, names that I know. She fought Cecilia Brækhus very recently on HBO, her right here. Cecilia Brækhus is down at 147 pounds in the women's division. So you have Hammer and Shields fighting at 160. There is a 154 where Hanna Gabriels is still champion, by the way. Anne-Marie Mathis, like we've talked about. I've heard of her. I want to click her name. Of course, I've heard of Michaela Loren. She's known for like trying to kiss people and shit. Like kiss her opponent. She just got married recently. Her right here, Raquel Miller, she's a seasoned 160-pound, 154, 160-pound woman's fighter. her and Claressa Shields had some words. She actually fought this last Thursday. Right now it is June the 23rd, 2018, 8:05 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So right now, in fact, let me go look at her. Where was her last fight at? It was a couple of days ago, but what weight was it at? 160. So she's very close to being in the mix, or after Hammer versus Shields, she will likely be next at 160. So she's somebody you should pay attention to. In fact, on my Twitter, one of her friends, another female boxer had, hold on. Here's a clip of her from the other night. This was on a Lou DiBella card. By the way, we're going to talk about how Lou DiBella signed his fights with Box Nation, but that's a whole different video. But if she's aligned with DiBella and DiBella has his links with Showtime and Box Nation, this is very good for women's boxing. But, to get back to my point, can Claressa Shields beat Christina Hammer? Of course. I think overall she's the better fighter. But when you look at people saying, she don't have a chance, meaning Christina Hammer, no, because with that movement and with that jab and what we saw what Hanna Gabriels was able to do, with what little she had, and Christina Hammer is much more skilled than her. Taller, much more athletic, it seems. Also, key fact, if you didn't notice, Claressa Shields is now with John David Jackson, who trains Brian Jennings and formerly trained Sergey Kovalev. I'm TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live. So expect more women's boxing videos from me. Also on our website, we do a very good job, even though our website is under reconstruction. But it's the final reconstruction where Gary has been really keeping up with those women boxing matches. But there's so many to cover, and it's just a shame that, they're not televised on a bigger scale. And there's so many things wrong with women boxing with the titles and just, that's an hour-long video, probably more, just talking about all the shit that's wrong with it. But I'm trying to do my part. I'm TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live. Please subscribe.